Well, from one end of the boulevard down to the other, Lipscomb getting set for the NIT Final Four tomorrow night. The Bisons will take on Wichita State at Madison Square Garden. We caught up with two of the stars of their quarterfinal win at NC State last week, 94-93. Kenny Cooper, Garrison Matthews in studio last night on the Electric Power Company Sunday Sports Central. And we are joined now by two of the stars of that huge Lipscomb victory on Wednesday night. Kenny Cooper, Garrison Matthews in studio. Fellas, have your phones stopped blowing up?
It's been crazy. A lot of support. A lot of people that we love been hitting us up. They're excited for us, and it's been awesome.
How does this compare to the reaction when you won the ASUN tournament a year ago and went to the NCAA tournament?
I mean, it was an unreal experience. I mean, last year was awesome playing the championship in front of that many people and winning at Gulf Coast. But I mean, you're in a tournament. It's a great feeling to be able to do it on ESPN in front of that many people and doing it for Lipscomb and all the people that have supported us all year long. Yeah,
and you've had to do this all on the road as the 5 seed. You go to Davidson, you go to the #1 overall seed, UNC Greensboro, and then to an ACC foe in NC State. Garrison, what do you think Lipscomb basketball has proven over the last week or so?
I mean, I think we've proven that we can play with almost anybody. Going on the road and beating those high caliber teams like we have, maybe we got looked over in the tournament, but the NIT has shown that we can play with everybody, I think.
Here's the end of the game. Take me through the moments here as we watch them take the lead and then you get the ball.
Just Coach told me if there's a certain amount of time left, to just go with it and make a play. I'm thankful for him having trust in me and having trust in my playmaking abilities. And thankful my teammates trust me with the ball at the end of the game.
Have either one of you been involved in a game in which the shot making on both ends of the floor was as high level as that?
No, I haven't. We had some defensive breakdowns for sure, but to be honest with you, they were hitting some tough shots as well. We had guys that were hitting big shots. I mean, Michael Buckland at the end of the shot clock hits one off the backboard. I mean, it was just crazy how it all happened.
And Kenny, speaking of big shots, the guy next to you, Garrison, 44 points, 8 3-pointers. You've seen him score a lot of points, but have you ever seen him have a night like that?
No, I mean, that's his career high, and he got us going. That's just the type of guy he is. He's a winner. He's a leader of our team, and he was either catch up with him or get left behind, and I'm glad our guys stepped up, and it's really just a testament to him how much of a winner he is.
So if we go to our next clip, you're playing defense. You get a great steal here. You give the ball up to him. Did you think there was any way you were getting it back in the corner?
I mean, I was searching for him. I mean, 44 points. I mean, I'm trying to find him, trying to get it to the guy who's hot. It just shows how unselfish he is as a teammate to swing that ball back to me and how much faith he has in me to make that shot.
What's the feeling like when that game ends and you realize you've come out on top and you're going to the NIT Final Four?
I think it's just a lot of emotion. After losing the Liberty, we were kind of broken about that, but looking back at it, I love these guys so much. I love this team so much, our coaching staff. We weren't done. We had more to fight for, and we knew our potential, and we knew how good we were. And now we're just trying to prove it to the world. Yeah,
you'll be one of 8 teams in the country playing this week in truly meaningful basketball games. And it's in the most famous arena in the world, Garrison, Madison Square Garden, a place that you guys, if I'm not mistaken, toured when you were a freshman. Now you get to go back and play on that hallowed floor?
I mean, I just remember walking through that place being so amazed. I mean, like, how can people fill this place up? You know, it's crazy. You know, and seeing all the historical moments that have gone on in that arena. I never thought I'd have a chance to play there, but I mean, here we are.
You're playing for an NIT championship this week. What do you think it would mean to those folks if you guys could cut down the nets?
I think it would mean a lot. Just show how far this program has come from being known as a small private school in Nashville, Tennessee, getting that national recognition.
Well, guys, congratulations. It was a whale of a game that a lot of people around here will never forget. It's been a heck of a run. Keep it going this week in New York.
Will do.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
They will have that opportunity tomorrow night, a 6 o'clock tip-off against Wichita State there at Madison Square Garden. And you heard the conversation there. Madison Square Garden's a place that the Bisons have some experience. New York, a place that they have some experience, not necessarily on this stage by any means, but 4 years ago, Garrison Matthews, some of the seniors on this team, when they first got to Lipscomb, they were up there for a tournament, and they toured Madison Square Garden. They got to check around the building and see all the historic plaques and posters and things like that of the various concerts and fights and games and all that have taken place in the world's most famous arena. Now they get the chance to play there. Then the beginning of 2 seasons ago, which would have been Kenny Cooper's first year there. They actually started the season in New York City at a tournament at Fordham. And they played in successive games Fordham, St. Peter's, and Fairleigh Dickinson. And Lipscomb lost all 3. How far have they come to get to this point where they're now back in New York, playing in the building that they once toured, as the feature attraction in the NIT Final Four against a program as powerful as Wichita State? And oh, by the way, Lipscomb's actually favored, a 2-point favorite in that game. So think about that. Not just has Lipscomb in the NIT Final Four, but it has impressed so many people that the Bisons are actually the favorite against Wichita State, a program that was in the Final Four not all that long ago and has an elite coach in Greg Marshall. That's where Casey Alexander and the Bisons have gotten this program to. Speaking of Casey Alexander, we got a chance to catch up with him before Lipscomb boarded the bus and then went to the airport to take off for the Big Apple.
I imagine the kids are just so amped up.
Yeah, I think we'll be better off, once we board this plane and get to New York City, even though we still have 48 hours before we play. We're just kind of ready to go on to the next thing. It's hard to have 6 days at this time of the year between big games.
Sure, and Greg Marshall's been no stranger too. He comes up in every coaching search,
yeah.
It seems like. What makes his teams kind of special?
Well, one thing is their consistency of being in postseason play. I think they've been NCAA tournament 10 or 11 years in a row before this year, or something like that. But they're, a well-accomplished team, a team that's used to being there, really tough, don't beat themselves. That's the reason why they have so much postseason success. So we've got our work cut out for us. It'll be a tough task.
Can you settle the guys down enough?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're excited, and human nature is going to take over. There's going to be some adrenaline and anxiety and everything else that goes along with playing a game of this magnitude. But I think our experience will take over quickly. I think we'll just ease right into the flow of the game. I'll be disappointed if we don't.
And you mentioned it. Their experience obviously will be a huge factor for them.
Yeah, we don't have the experience of playing in these kind of games necessarily, but we've played in a lot of big games. We've played a lot of worthy opponents over the 4 years. We're NCAA tournament last year. We got good wins this year at NC State, at TCU, and so I don't think the moment will be too big for them, and I think their maturity will help them just kind of see through the clutter and focus on what's most important.
I know you're there for basketball. Is there going to be any?
Yeah, we'll let them enjoy New York City. I mean, that's it's part of the whole operation. I mean, they've earned this trip, and it's an exciting time. And shame on me if I don't let them have a good time and and enjoy what they've rightfully earned.
Do you know what kind of itinerary, or is everybody?
Well, we'll stay busy, and there's some things.
Is it like 9/11?
But we don't have a lot of that stuff planned out yet, and we've actually got. I mean, there's some media obligations tomorrow early, and then we've got a dinner tomorrow night. So there's not going to be a ton of time for us to waste. But at the same time, we'll try to make sure we hit a few highlights. Yeah.
Casey Alexander before Lipscomb boarded the plane to head to New York City, as you heard there. And you also heard him mention the win over TCU earlier this year. Lipscomb might get TCU in the championship game because the second semifinal is TCU against Texas. So if Lipscomb can beat Wichita State, it'll be one of those two teams for a championship on Thursday night. Rob Marbury is the Lipscomb center. We also caught up with him before they left.
How exciting is it to still be playing right now?
It's awesome. It's awesome. I mean, any team that's playing in late March, early April is they've done some good things throughout the season. So we're excited and really confident in our game going into the Final Four.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about that, the confidence you guys have now that you've been able to reel off this stretch of postseason games.
Yeah, I mean, after we lost to Liberty, it was kind of a downer. We knew we still had more season left, but stringing a couple wins together, we're 3-0 right now, beat all those North Carolina teams. So we're happy with that. We've got some confidence going into this next game, so we just got to carry over.
Did you get like a crown for the king of North Carolina?
No, I wish. We got to beat Duke and UNC to do that. But beating NC State and UNC Greensboro and Davidson, 3 great teams in North Carolina. So I wish that we beat the other 2 big dogs there, but not going to happen this year.
Are you guys anxious? Are you excited? What's the level?
A little bit of both. I'm really excited. MSG is a magical place. It's the most historic gym ever. So I'm really excited to play up there and get a win.
That's awesome. And about your game right now, do you guys feel like everyone is, clicking? I mean, you have the experience.
Yeah, I mean, we got all the experience. I think our offense is playing really well right now. We got to fix some things on defense that we didn't do as well as we thought we would have against NC State. But they're a great team, you know, ACC caliber team, so they're going to get some points on us. But we went back to the drawing board, fix some things defensively, and hopefully it carries over for this next game.
You had a little extra time in 6 days. Did that give you a chance to really kind of look and see what Wichita State does well?
Yeah, we had a lot of film. We had an off day when we first got back, watched a lot of film, so we know what they're going to do. Big team, athletic team, some good guards on their team, so we just got to stop them all, 1 through 5.
It sounds like you might have some downtime. You looking to do anything in New York?
Rest my body as much as possible. I know some of these guys are banged up from the 3 previous games, so a lot of rest, a lot of water, just kind of taking it easy.